Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me? Don't you? That bad girl power I got, I'll abuse it tonight, 'cause tonight got poison on my mind. That power I got, you'll be mine when I say till I lie. Got poison on my mind. I can't touch me now, there's no feeling left. If you think I'm coming back, don't hold your breath. Was it feel like you care when I know that you won't? Everybody needs a chance to love, so
Nicole, welcome back to This Morning.
Oh, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you back. Honest to God, you're beautiful, and it's any time.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely any time. So I've got loads of things to ask you. First and
Okay.
foremost, I'd like to talk to you about the American X Factor. What is it like to be a part of such a huge phenomenon? It's a phenomenon. It's huge.
It's a phenomenon, and I got that feeling. I completely understood it and clicked in when I did the UK X Factor and was a guest judge. It was crazy. I felt like before I went out, I didn't know what I was up against, and I felt like it was like a rock concert meets like going into a boxing match.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
And it was like people screaming everywhere, and they had signs like "Simon Cowell, marry me." And then it was trippy because it was kind of like a rock concert because we came out, and then Simon had a line of girls lined up to kiss him.
As he does. As he does.
As he does.
Standard. Everybody
and it's
goes.
the same thing in the U.S. No.
Yeah.
But I'm really proud of Simon. He brought it to the U.S. and we've had our first live show already. I'm really proud of all the performers, and it's crazy. Everything, obviously, as you know, X Factor does is on the grandest scale and
yeah, and every
massive.
single spectrum of entertainment as well. Is the press, is everything. They kind of take over for 4 months or
and
something,
he has
isn't
the
it?
best team, the best in the world. You know, I was just a guest judge last year, didn't know what I was doing, and just happy to be a part of the show.
One Direction.
One Direction.
They're doing very well, thanks to you.
Thank myself.
Boom. Well done, you.
You're welcome, Simon.
You are welcome, Simon. You are welcome.
No, those boys are a phenomenon. I
They
was
are.
in New York recently, and they were playing their song on the radio. I got to DJ. It was super cool.
Yeah, and you've got the over 30s. Were you happy with that category?
I was really happy. I originally wanted the girls, being a girl. I was like,
course.
yeah, I want the girls. But then Simon made sure that didn't happen. And then I got the over 30s, and I was really grateful for the over 30s because they were the most experienced and seasoned and unbelievable vocalists, the strongest, I think, out of all the categories. And me being a singer and having studied music and the voice, I get to like play with them. We could go anywhere. And
Now, the show hasn't had the smoothest of rides, has it? The press over here has gone crazy for it. Not sure about the American press, but this Cheryl Cole saga, Cheryl Cole-gate, I'll call it. Now, you're obviously friends with Cheryl, and how much of that was, you know, did it put off anybody on the set? Was it unsettling?
I mean, I don't know how everything happened in the end. I just know that Simon asked me to be a host and then asked me to be a judge, and when he did, I cried because I wanted to have to be able to have that opportunity to have a voice and to be of service in that way to the contestants. I felt like maybe that's where I was better, could be better
Your
used.
destiny to do that.
Yeah, and I know that Cheryl chose the best decision for her. But it's definitely not easy being a judge. I feel a lot more comfortable on the other side of the table and on stage more. Yeah.
And how do you write songs? Do you take
think
it from
that
personal experiences?
I write from my heart. I write from my heart, and depending on what I feel like that day. If I feel like wanting to get something out and dance, then I'll write that. And then
Jai-Ho.
yeah, you know.
Jai-Ho. And your latest single at the moment is
That's
very...
not Jai-Ho. I don't know.
I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest.
I don't know what that is, but I don't know.
You did the dance.
What are we doing? What are we doing here, people?
That's cool. I can't do that. Oh, I can do it. No, I
You
can't
can do it.
I can just about do that. Anyway, you'll teach me later, please. This is one thing I need to learn. And obviously, your new single now is quite a somber, slow, mid-tempo song. So is that a future direction? You're going to go a little bit slower?
I mean, a lot of the songs I'm starting to write is a little bit more mid-tempo, and they're love songs.
Where was that filmed?
In Mexico.
Lovely stuff.
In the middle of this rainforest. It was quite a trip to get there. It was a 3.5-hour flight and then 6.5-hour windy road through the mountains and hills of Mexico. It's crazy.
You've got the best job in the world.
Do I?
I think you do. Traveling the world, playing music under waterfalls. you know? Best buddies with Simon Cowell?
Best buddies.
Are you best buddies with Simon Cowell?
We're pretty cool.
Close.
We're pretty cool. I teach him a thing or two.
What does he like to work with?
What does he like?
What is he? Yeah.
What does he like to work with? You never. I call him. He's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get when you come into work. But he's inspiring. He really
knows what he
is.
wants.
He knows what he wants. He's very passionate about his work, as am I. And I remember the very first time I ever worked with him last year in the UK, I was like, what is going on? There's like crazy music. It was like, we are the champions. And I was like, what kind of a, singing competition is this? And he goes, Nicole, you know how passionate you are and how much you obsess over your music? And I said, yes. And he goes, that's exactly how I am with my television show and with what the viewers want out there. And I really respected him for that he cares that much, and he's always trying to think of the next thing, and he puts so much of his time and efforts into it.
That's the only way to be.
So I'm trying not to mess it up.
Yeah,
awesome.
no, you won't know it. I can imagine Simon Cowell walking down the street with people around him just singing, like, do-do-do-do-do, so just when he's walking around.
It's like a bad West Side Story.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the constant people, and rose petals thrown in front of him.
No.
I can imagine he insists on it.
He is kind of a diva, I'm not going to lie. His trailer, he's got one of those Will Smith trailers.
As big as most apartment
They're
blocks.
pretty phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to go and ask if I can use the toilet. He lets me every now and then.
Leave the seat up, it really annoys him. It does really annoy him, doesn't it? No. And your tour, what can your fans expect from your new tour? You've got a few dates in the UK in February, haven't you?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is my dream, is to tour. I loved touring with the Pussycat Dolls, and now I have my music out there.
You're in Manchester, you're in Birmingham, and you're in London. There's no Cardiff date. There's no Cardiff date?
Not yet, only if Cardiff will have me.
We'll have you. I'll go. I can take you to see my nan. She'll make you Welsh cakes. And I can take you to Chippy Lane. Have you heard of Chippy Lane?
No.
Well, ask Steve Jones. He knows all about it.
Are you Welsh?
I am very Welsh, yes.
That's why I was like, I've heard that accent before.
Yes, quite a lot, quite a lot. But I'm not as, touchy-feely as Mr. Jones. That's a fact, everybody at home. No, but make sure Cardiff is on your books, because I'll be there with my nan. I'll take you to Chippy Lane. Best fish and chips in town.
Ooh, it's a deal.
Promise? Deal.
We got it.
Thank you very much for coming in. Thank you, darling.